back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
The UFC's decline in 2017 viewership across the board is pointing to the value of Megastars, some people are saying, business insiders and MMA media personnel. And I've got to say, man, I'm just, me personally, I think this is a little, and I'm not going to say it's fake news because it's clearly true, but what I mean by when I was going to say I think this is fake news is I don't think this is actually a big deal at all. I think there's reasons that the UFC viewership declined in 2017, and I also think that the UFC is going to rebound bigger and better than ever in the coming years, whether it's 2018, 2019, 2020 on. I think 2017 was necessary for all the megastars and the stars in the UFC to kind of fucking, you know, recharge their batteries, if I will. Because check this out. In 2016, I believe we had 2 Ronda Rousey fights, 3 Conor McGregor fights, and I don't know if we had any Jon Jones fights, but you get the point. We had a lot of megastars fighting, and so the UFC was having an awesome year. 2016 brought in a lot of casual fans and a lot of casual viewership. 2017, on the other hand, had no Ronda Rousey fights and also no Conor McGregor fights and only 1 Jon Jones fight. So 2017, the numbers not only on the pay-per-views declined, but those numbers translated into the smaller shows. That's really what this article is saying. They're saying that not only did the pay-per-view sales decline and the total money made, but so did that trickled down into the Fox Sports 1 and the big Fox cards. And that's understandable. If you've got a guy that watched the pay-per-view last weekend with Conor McGregor with all of his friends, he might be tuning into the next UFC fight just because it's fresh on his mind. But if he didn't watch a Conor McGregor or a Ronda Rousey fight last weekend, he's not thinking about the UFC next week. Now, when Conor comes back, when the UFC starts to build more of these stars, whenever Jon Jones, he might come back, but even without Jon Jones, you got Darren Till on the way up. The UFC's got a lot of very bright prospects up and coming. The Sean O'Malley's of the world, the Darren Tills of the world. Kamaru Usman, I mean, after his performance, even though I disagree with a lot of people, he didn't impress too many people. Even though it was a very impressive win, people were saying that Kamaru Usman was wrestle fucking in there, and I just don't think a lot of people watch the full card. There's a big difference between what Kamaru Usman did to Emil Meek and what James Krause did to Alex White. Alex White was winning the striking every single round, so James Krause had to take him down and hold him there. Kamaru Usman, he was never getting clipped up, and so he was forced to shoot. He was just fucking dominating you, and someone in the comments said this, it was literally kind of like prison rape style, bro. It was like, there's nothing you can do about it. You hate being here. It reminds you of Edson and Khabib, but a little less teeing off because Emil Meek was going for a lot more Kimuras and submission attempts to, you know, avoid some of the beating Kamaru Usman was putting on him. So Kamaru Usman had to be careful that he didn't get submitted, but he was still slamming Emil Meek around. Literally, I think there was 3 or 4 slams in that fight, on top of just smothering him with the wrestling and bloodying him up down there. So Kamaru Usman's going to be a dominant force. But when you talk about megastars, that's a whole nother conversation. You're talking about the people that have the it factor, the Colby Covingtons that are coming up in the world. You know, so I think the UFC in 2018 is going to be fine. It's looking like Conor McGregor's not going to be back till September, which is why he's going to be stripped of his title pretty soon. But with that being said, I don't think that the UFC's 2017 decline is like, you know, is saying, oh shit, look, the UFC's about to keep dropping. I think it was just a one-off thing. All the stars were on vacation, having babies, doing their thug dizzle, fighting Floyd Mayweather. That's another thing a lot of people don't consider. Conor McGregor, the UFC's biggest star, fought boxing this year. If Conor McGregor fights in 2018, it's going to be MMA, so you can just expect these numbers to rise. So with that being said, and also if you just do your own push your own feelers out there, the people that I know in my personal life are all a lot kind of getting more into MMA. Just like my brother, he's transitioning a little more from the NFL and the NBAs to MMA. I got a lot more people that are kind of interested, and even if they're not watching MMA yet, they're learning more about it somehow. You know, so whether it's just, oh, you guys know about Conor McGregor now? Oh yeah, he fights this guy. You know what I'm saying? So people are starting to get on board, and I just think MMA is going to continue to grow as a sport. I don't think this one down year in 2017 is a big sign of things to come. So with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think about this decline in the comments, though. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DO double G.